New COVID-19 variant Fu.1 spreads rapidly from Shanghai, alarming global surge in infectivity. Local CCP governments overstate fiscal revenue by over 80 billion yuan through self-selling and self-purchasing. Due to financial constraints in Sichuan, the Leshan giant Buddha is being sold. Sichuan mudslide claims 4 lives, leaves 3 missing, and forces the evacuation of nearly 1,000 people. Chinese cross-border e-commerce faces scrutiny over CCP relationship and overseas expansion. It's all covered in today's China Truths. New COVID-19 variant Fu.1 spreads rapidly from Shanghai, alarming global surge in infectivity. The epidemic situation in mainland China is intensifying. According to the recent weekly epidemic report by the Beijing Municipal Health Commission for week 24, June 12 to June 18, respiratory infectious diseases constituted the majority of reported cases in Beijing, accounting for 92.4% of the total. The novel coronavirus has maintained its position as the leading statutory infectious disease in Beijing for 8 consecutive weeks. Nevertheless, the actual data remains undisclosed. Notably, according to a report by the Australian newspaper The Sun, a new variant of the novel coronavirus called Fu.1 has been detected. It is primarily spreading in Shanghai, China, but has also been found in countries such as Thailand and India. Experts have warned that this mutated Omicron recombinant strain is spreading globally at a rate 50% faster than the XBB.1.16 Arcturus variant. The Australian Impressions reported that an Australian surgeon and public health educator recently tweeted, "Another severe wave is expected to occur soon." The severity of Fu.1 is still unknown. The report also states that in China, Fu.1 has accounted for up to 20% of all infections at its peak, which aligns with the COVID-19 situation in China between May and June this year. Earlier, Thai media reported on May 18 that the Omicron variant strain Fu.1 had infected 122 people worldwide, including 1 Thai individual, primarily spreading in Shanghai. On June 11, the Chinese CDC released an epidemic report, indicating that in May, the major circulating strains in China were Omicron variant strains, comprising 160 evolutionary lineages, with the XBB series of variant strains being predominant. According to the sampling dates, the proportion of XBB and its sublineages gradually increased from 84.6% during May 1 to 7 to 92.4% during May 22 to 28. The report showed that the positive rate of influenza-like cases for COVID-19 increased rapidly from 8.8% in the 17th week, April 24 to 30, to 40.7% in the 20th week, May 15 to 21, and then slowly rose to 42.5% in the 21st week, May 22 to 28. However, the report did not specify the specific major circulating variants of the novel coronavirus. Due to the Chinese government's concealment of the epidemic, the true situation is unknown. Local CCP governments overstate fiscal revenue by over 80 billion yuan through self-selling and self-purchasing. According to a report by the Central News Agency, China's economy has shown signs of fatigue instead of the expected rapid growth after abandoning the strict control and zero-COVID policy at the end of 2022. The series of policies implemented to rescue the economy have resulted in a significant reduction in local government fiscal revenue, leading to the continuous expansion of a financial black hole. On the 26th, the Chinese National Audit Office released the audit report on the implementation of the central budget and other fiscal revenues and expenditures for the year 2022. The report directly points out that local fiscal management is not strict enough, and many local governments have inflated their fiscal revenue through various means, beautifying the financial figures. This indicates that the pressure faced by China's local finance may be greater than what is seen on the surface. Overall, there are 4 major issues in local finance. State assets being sold from one hand to another. In at least 70 regions, fiscal revenue has been artificially inflated through practices such as self-selling and self-purchasing of state assets, fictitious land transactions, and more. Remarkably, 67.5% of these occurrences took place at the county level, with a staggering total amounting to 86.13 billion yuan. Unauthorized accumulation of hidden debts. Across a total of 49 regions, hidden debts amounting to 41.516 billion yuan were illicitly added through activities like commitments to repurchase and state-owned enterprise financing for construction, breaching regulations in the process. Issues in the management of special bonds. In at least 20 regions, products were packaged to achieve a balance between income and financing scale through methods such as overstating special project revenue and underestimating costs. This allowed for the issuance of special bonds totaling 19.821 billion yuan. Continuously widening gap in fiscal advance payments. As of the end of 2022, the total balance of advance payments in 54 regions reached 148.139 billion yuan, an increase of 8.363 billion yuan compared to the same period in 2021. According to Taiwan's central news agency, the audit results mentioned above indicate that the fiscal pressure on China's local governments may be more severe than what is seen on the surface. The analysis points out that China's economy has shown signs of weakness this year, affected by factors such as the COVID-19 lockdowns and various regulatory policies. Additionally, the impact of a series of measures implemented by the Beijing authorities last year, such as fee reductions and tax cuts, aimed at reviving the economy, has led to a significant decrease in local government revenue, resulting in a continuous expansion of the fiscal black hole at the local level. Economic commentator Kai Shinkuan, in an interview with Radio Free Asia on the 27th, stated that the Chinese Communist Party's audit office has long been controlled by the top leadership, and the issues that the institution is able to disclose are mainly related to those departments or institutions that the authorities are dissatisfied with and intend to target for anti-corruption efforts. In other words, the audit office plays an economic audit role to some extent similar to the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection. Kai Shinkuan mentioned that the issues raised by the audit office are not new and have existed for a long time, including fund misappropriation and diversion for other purposes. They have remained unresolved because the fiscal situation at the central level, especially within the realm of transfer payments, is deeply problematic. He expressed the expectation that the irregularities mentioned in the audit report will be investigated by the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection. Due to financial constraints in Sichuan, the Leshan giant Buddha is being sold. The financial situation of local governments within the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, is tight, leading to a plethora of unconventional revenue generation methods. On June 25, it was exposed that the management committee of the Leshan Scenic Area in Sichuan had sold the 30-year operating rights of the Leshan giant Buddha for 1.7 billion yuan a few days ago. This news quickly spread online after a post titled "Real Estate Market Decline, Buddha Sold" emerged. The post was accompanied by an auction picture labeled "Overall Transfer of the 30-year operating rights of the Leshan Giant Buddha Scenic Area Sightseeing Tour Buses and Stalls." According to reports from mainland media on June 27, the Leshan Giant Buddha Scenic Area Management Committee confirmed on the 26th that the transaction did indeed occur, but it was not recent. It took place several years ago. Public information shows that the listing period for the auction of the Leshan Giant Buddha was from October 26, 2021, to November 29, 2021. The 30-year operating rights of the sightseeing tour buses and stalls in the scenic area were acquired by Leshan Giant Buddha Industrial Company, Limited. However, the authorities have not disclosed this information publicly. Located in Moname, Sichuan, the Leshan Giant Buddha was included in the UNESCO World Heritage List in December 1996. The news of its sale sparked discussions among mainland Chinese netizens. Some netizens commented that as long as the authority is powerful enough, the giant Buddha can be sold, airports can be sold, railways can be sold, and even the country can be sold. Others suggested selling the operating rights of Beijing's Forbidden City, the Great Wall at Badaling, the Summer Palace, and other attractions for a good price. Sichuan mudslide claims 4 lives, leaves 3 missing, and forces the evacuation of nearly 1,000 people. In the early morning of June 27, a mudslide occurred in Wenchuan County, Aba Prefecture, Sichuan Province, resulting in the evacuation of more than 900 people and 7 people reported missing. The latest update from CCTV on the evening of the 27th, among the 7 missing individuals, 4 have been confirmed dead. Mr. Zhang, a resident of Banzigu village in Mianzhui town, stated on the morning of the 27th that there was heavy rain after 10 p.m. on the 26th. In the middle of the night, he heard people shouting, "Mudslide is coming," accompanied by a rumbling sound. Mr. Zhang and his wife ran to the hill opposite their house, and other villagers also took refuge on the hill. A villager from a village located about 2 to 3 kilometers away from Xinxiaogou, where the mudslide occurred, speculated that there might have been heavy rainfall in the mountain valley. On the morning of the 27th, she discovered that the water pipe connecting her house from Xinxiaogou was damaged, leaving her temporarily without a water supply. According to the latest update from the Zhejiang Provincial Seismological Bureau's official Weibo account, over 20 soldiers from the ABA detachment of the Sichuan Armed Police Force have been mobilized. They are carrying rescue equipment such as drones, life detection devices, telescopes, life jackets, and ropes. The soldiers have been divided into 4 groups to conduct search and rescue operations for the missing individuals along the banks of the Minjiang River. According to the report from China Weather Network on the 27th, from the evening of the 27th to the 28th, Sichuan province will experience a process of rainfall accompanied by strong convective weather such as thunderstorms and short-lived heavy winds. Local areas may even encounter heavy rainstorms, or thunderstorms, with short-lived gusty winds during thunderstorms. Recently, many provinces and cities in China have experienced heavy rainstorms, including Sichuan, Chongqing, Hubei, Hunan, and other areas. Due to the heavy rain and flooding, as of the 18th of this month, 3,369 people have been relocated in Sichuan, and landslides and collapses have occurred in Yunyang, Chongqing, and Guang'an, Sichuan. Chinese cross-border e-commerce faces scrutiny over CCP relationship in overseas expansion. According to the 21st Century Business Herald, China's cross-border e-commerce has experienced substantial growth, with the annual import and export volume reaching 2.11 trillion yuan in 2022. This accounts for approximately 5% of China's foreign trade, a significant increase from less than 1% 5 years ago. As these cross-border e-commerce companies expand their overseas operations, they have also become embroiled in controversies surrounding the Chinese Communist Party's forced labor practices in Xinjiang. Consequently, they face mounting resistance and scrutiny abroad. On June 22, the U.S. House Select Committee on the Competition with the People's Republic of China released a report sharply criticizing the fast fashion brand, Shein, and the overseas version of Pinduoduo, Temu, highlighting the high risk of forced labor contamination in Temu's supply chain. Temu entered the U.S. market last autumn, offering various products at low prices, and in February of this year, it became the most downloaded free application in the United States. Shein is a rapidly expanding, affordable clothing brand targeting young people, with an operating company in Singapore. According to reports, these Chinese companies evade taxes and customs inspections, making it difficult to determine whether their products are produced using forced labor of the Uyghur ethnic group in Xinjiang. On May 1, a bipartisan group of U.S. lawmakers sent a letter to the Securities and Exchange Commission, urging them to block Shein's initial public offering, IPO, in the United States until the company can prove that it does not use forced labor in the Xinjiang region of China. These 2 e-commerce platforms are also accused of unfair competition. The U.S.-China Economic and Security Review Commission stated that according to the 1930 Tariff Act, imported goods with a fair retail value of less than $800 are exempt from import duties. The investigation revealed that as of last year, China had nearly 600,000 import shipments per day, and the number may be even higher now. Professor Xie Tian from the Darla Moore School of Business at the University of South Carolina told Epoch Times that both Chinese companies have taken advantage of loopholes in U.S. trade regulations. Goods valued below $800 are not subject to import duties, so these products enter the U.S. market without any hindrance. In the future, this tariff loophole is likely to be closed through legislation. triggering data security concerns due to ties with the CCP. Recently, it was revealed that the Pinduoduo application contained malicious software capable of monitoring other applications, reading private messages, and altering settings. In March, it was suspended from the Google Play Store by Google. Following the removal of Pinduoduo, Temu has also been accused by the U.S. government of posing data security risks. In April, a report released by the U.S.-China Economic and Security Review Commission, USCC, stated that Shine faces risks of data breaches and intellectual property infringement. The USCC specifically analyzed that Shine utilizes artificial intelligence algorithms to analyze customer data and search histories in order to identify emerging fashion preferences and patterns. To collect data, Shine also requests users to share their app data and activities, including social media, in exchange for product discounts and special offers from Shine. Wang Xiuwen, an assistant researcher at the Chinese Communist Party's political military, told Epoch Times that apps like TikTok, international version of Douyin, and Shine are popular among young people. When installed on smartphones, they can track the user's location, collect personal information, and through big data algorithms, analyze and depict interpersonal relationships. These apps repeatedly invade personal smartphones, which can cause great resentment. The reason why the United States opposes them is not only due to security concerns but also privacy issues. In response to the allegations, Temu has not provided a response, while a spokesperson for Shine previously stated that for over a decade, they have been providing affordable fashion, beauty, and lifestyle products to customers legally while fully respecting the communities they serve. The Chinese Ministry of Commerce expressed grave concern. Companies increasingly seek to downplay Chinese background. The parent company of Pinduoduo and Temu, PDD Holdings, recently disclosed in its 20F filing submitted to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission that it has moved its headquarters from China to Ireland, with its principal executive offices located in Dublin. Meanwhile, Shine, which originally started in Nanjing, has relocated to Panyu, Guangzhou. In 2021, the founder of the company, Chris Su, canceled the registration of Liantian Information Technology Company, Limited in Nanjing and established a Singaporean company as the controlling entity. The Wall Street Journal reported that Shine is attempting to shed its Chinese heritage and reshape its public image, including addressing the concerns of U.S. lawmakers about the origin of the cotton used in Shine products. However, scholars express doubts about this. Xie Tian believes that companies like Shine and Temu may relocate their headquarters overseas, but as long as the companies continue to ship from China, the possibility of sharing information with the CCP authorities remains. This issue will always exist, and relocating the headquarters cannot change the relationship between the actual owners of the company and the CCP. It does not solve the problem. Wang Xiuwen said that the CCP has planned multiple national data centers in the Digital Silk Road project. The scope of data covered is not limited to China. It has long targeted overseas areas. Therefore, even if the company's data centers are located overseas, as long as they can connect to the network, they can still be controlled. Don't forget to comment in the section below to share your opinions on today's topic with us. Make sure to like and subscribe to see more interesting topics from China Truths.